Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Praise Project. This is Tommy McGuffey.
Hey, and this is Coni Hookfin.
And we are here on 97.9. We appreciate you all for tuning in at this time. We are doing a special segment today with Reverend Dr. Daryl Ward.
Hello, Miami Valley.
As he's running for the Dayton City Commission, y'all. Woo-hoo. We are here to talk about faith leaders in the community.
What's your first focus going to be? What are you thinking? Like your first focus area or project that you would like to see, some type of renovation or money poured into or, in order to enhance the community. What would you like to see done?
Well, on my platform, my first focus is workforce development.
Okay.
Because we need good jobs in order to sustain the community. We need a thriving middle class again. Mm-hmm. As the middle class has declined, as when I was young anyway, they used to say that when the dominant society got a cold, we got pneumonia. And so it's more serious for the African American community. And so workforce development is a key issue for me. At the Omega CDC, we've done incredible work with workforce development. A woman who's a member of our choir at Omega Church came to me a couple of days ago and said, Pastor, I've got 2 interviews. I went through the workforce development program at the CDC. I got 2 interviews, and you could see the hope in her eyes, the change in her life. And that's the kind of influence. As we see people in the streets and at the grocery store and around the community, those people, if we got a percentage of those people back into the workforce significantly, not just flipping hamburgers, but doing a more significant job that can sustain a family. Because we see people flipping hamburgers and they got 3 kids at home.
Exactly.
And so how can we pay people to watch our kids and do all of that? Well, we need to work. We need to be intentional about our work with that. So that's an early place that I want to work with. Our SERVE program at the Omega CDC. Okay. Tommy works with that program. How many members do we have in that program?
We have about 110 clients. Currently, we are serving anybody who has a previous gun charge. They are able to be a part of the program. And so we help them to find employment. We help them find housing, all those kind of things. And to turn their life around, basically.
Okay.
And my question is, how many of those people have jobs?
Out of the 110, I want to say at least a good 90 of them currently have employment.
Amazing.
Hallelujah.
Right, so it works.
That's what we do.
So
Sister Coni, my methodology, and that's the way I do everything in my life, is you go to the hardest thing first.
Okay.
You go to, and I think that's, as Christians, that's what Christ did. You go to the hardest problem first, and then you begin to build up from there.
Okay.
And you just roll your sleeves up. And you deal with it. And you bring in the experts, you bring in the people, and it may just be a couple of people, but you start. And you start to work on it. Okay. But our problem is, in our community, we've ignored. We try, that's easy. That's an easier fix. Let's go over there. Let's do this low-hanging fruit. Let's go over here. But, we've exhausted the low-hanging fruit. We need to deal with the hard problems. And in North and East and South Dayton, things are moving. But in West Dayton, things are declining. Okay. And we have to. We have to. Can I say it again?
You have to. We got you.
But we are going to take a break real quick, y'all. And we'll be right back after this.
Say, I don't know what you come to do.
everybody, welcome back to the Face Project. This is Tommy McGuffey. I'm here with my guest co-host, Coni Hookfin.
Hey, Dayton.
And our special guest, Reverend Dr. Daryl, y'all.
I can say that too. Hey, Dave. I didn't say it with as much flair as you did, Coni.
Listen,
That's all good.
so we are talking about this whole campaign into the city commission. So we need you all to rock the vote and go out May 8th and vote for Reverend Dr. Daryl Ward. So I'm saying that I support Reverend Dr. Daryl Ward. I stand with him, and I hope that you all do too. All of you who are going to be listening here on 97.9, or all you who are on thegospelgem.net. If you're in the Dayton area, please make sure that you do go out and vote. So, Pastor, we were talking about your whole platform and everything. You know, Pastor, if you fix the potholes, that would just go a long way with the residents of the city.
I know that's right.
When we're employing people, can we employ people to fix the potholes? So
That's
the biggest thing.
That's another thing, right?
That is, I was like, oh my God, if you fix that, it would decrease tire charges and all kind of, like the shops would be out of business for a while.
Well, unfortunately, that's more than a Dayton problem. But.
Yeah, I know. That's on the county level. How important is it for you to be a faith leader and to be also extending your pastoralship kind of in a sense, like you're now, because it's going to be kind of you actually pastoring at large,
Right.
And I want to piggyback on that as you're asking that particular question.
Sure.
What do you say to those who say politics and church or Christianity doesn't mix? What do if you could kind of answer from that angle as well?
I say
you need Jesus.
Yeah. How can you say that?
Right.
Because I believe that, one of my great mentors, one of the first people who became a mentor to me in Dayton was Tony Hall. He was a United States congressperson, and he was a serious Catholic. And he seriously believed what he believed. And he walked that out as a United States congressperson.
Okay.
And I used to ask him about it all the time. And I found through him, and I found through even this political campaign, that I could be a Christian, that I could walk a faith walk. Now that means, though, that there are going to be people disappointed that you didn't attack your opponent, you didn't do this, you didn't do. Well, I'm running against another pastor.
Right.
I mean, I really care about the standards of Christianity,
respect,
and absolutely. But can I do that and be a commissioner? I hope so. I'm going to try. I'm going to do my very best.
Absolutely.
And now the question is, can the commission stand having a Christian there? And so it's not can the Christian stand going into the commission. It's can the commission stand having a Christian there? Because I fully intend to be the person. I'm 60 years old now, Coni. And, if I was going to change, it would have been a little while ago.
Right.
And so I'm taking all of me.
Well, 60 just means seasoned.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're taking your experience and your knowledge and things that you've learned to teach others. So.
Yeah, they said 60 is
40.
the new 40.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So you're as young as you feel.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what they always say.
Yeah.
So, I think that we're kind of in a time where the people are not believing or having hope in our current officials,
in our current governmental
in our current
system.
Government system, period.
Yes.
Period.
I
don't want to go
there.
there.
It's not Dayton.
Period. I don't want to go there. I was trying not to go there.
Right.
But what can we all hope to gain with you? What is how can you help us to restore our faith?
Restore our trust in the government.
In the government, I know.
All I know is that
no more taxes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm sorry, Tommy.
Free water.
Free water and sewage trash.
What I know.
Bring the restaurants back.
Is that Les Brown said is something. Tommy's heard this before.
Yes.
Because it's something I live by. If Les Brown said, "If it's hard, do it hard." I mean, that's the only. And so, how will people know that I am a person of integrity and that I am a person of my word? That it's by what happens.
Okay.
You know, and there will be no one more disappointed than me if I go into the commission and 3 years from now it's the same old story.
Okay.
Right.
I will be very disappointed and I will be very frustrated. And you'll see it in my face because I'm going to help change, and I'm going to work with people.
Right.
You know, I don't have this kind of plan with all of the kind of pieces and puzzles and all that stuff wrapped into place because I'm going to work with the commission. I got one vote.
That's it.
And my ability to influence and my ability to change depends on my ability to help people come with me.
Right. Yeah, some people are results driven, as it appears, as you sound, and then some people, just kind of want to occupy a seat and I don't know, collect a check, be important, all of that. You know what? That's another topic.
I'm gonna get on my soapbox.
We're looking forward to big things from you.
But we are gonna take a break real quick, y'all. We'll be right back after this.
Give him glory. Is there a witness out there who can help me say I made it through the storm and the rain, and pain? Yeah, this is, lift up your voices, I made it. And give him glory wherever you are listening today. Think back where he's brought you from. Yes, I made it. I got a song in my spirit that says through the song,
everybody, welcome back to the Praise Project. This is McGuffey. I'm here with my my guest co-host, Coni Hookfin.
Hey, Dayton.
And our special guest, Reverend Dr. Daryl Warrior.
Can I talk about my second platform?
Absolutely.
Which is only second because, you have to put a number on things, but it's not really second. It's neighborhood development.
Oh, yeah.
We've got to deal with our neighborhoods. I said earlier that we've made great improvements downtown. I'm a resident of downtown.
Okay.
But if that's all we do,
Right.
we sink.
Right.
We have to begin. It's not a question of we'll get to that. No, we got to begin now.
Yeah. Everybody can't afford to live downtown.
To change East and West Dayton. We've got to, safety is an issue.
For sure.
I had the privilege of going. Well, first though, when I was knocking on doors, nobody would answer.
Oh wow!
And then it was a real blessed privilege. I went away and then I came back, and a door I knocked on earlier, which was the chair of the NAACP, Derek Forward, and he said, "Man, let me go with you." And he started calling people and say, "Mr. So-and-so, we coming to your house." And doors started opening. But it's safety. They see a big black man standing outside the door, and no, these were black people too. I'm just talking, you just don't automatically open. And we have to have, but what I found when I went on the inside of those houses, it was warm. It was inviting. And we've got to open these doors.
Yeah.
Right.
But you can't open the doors until people can feel safe.
Very good.
And so I served on the Community Police Council up until last year. I served from its very inception up until last year. I served on the Attorney General's task force for police officers, and we must give enough protection that through the police, but we also must hold police accountable for how they do their jobs.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a whole nother subject.
I see the suit and I'm just like, no.
Right.
Absolutely, leave me alone, officer. It's been a touchy subject, over the last few years, actually. So
It's sad when you feel like you can't trust the government, you can't trust the police, you can't trust family, you can't. I mean, that's kind of the society we are.
But wait a second. I just want to share. I'm agreeing with you.
No, go ahead.
But they can trust us to pay.
Well, sure.
Listen, they sure do.
Am I right about it?
Yeah.
I mean,
sight unseen.
And if you don't, they'll come get you.
Absolutely.
April 15th.
Yeah, so they trust what's in the bank, but they don't trust you as a person. Right. And I think that's where we are as a society is not being in touch with each other, not communicating, not understanding, not seeking to be kind and be courteous in a society. Right. It used to be, if you saw a child running across the street, you got out of your car and you would go help that child and figure out where they belong, that kind of thing. Now we just kind of drive by and we may say a prayer or not.
I had the opportunity to attend Dayton. They were submitting proposals on concepts, and my friend Frank actually did that. He actually talked about that, about the whole neighborhood thing, about, hey, what do you see when you look out the window? Do you see people jogging by? Do you see the kids at the bus stop and all those kind of things like that? Do you see neighbors actually talking across their fences and things like that?
Right.
We have lost a sense of community, and so shout out to Frank Pitts for that. But, to really try to bring awareness to that and to the whole concept and initiative, and I'm definitely behind him on that. But we are going to take a break real quick, y'all. We'll be right back after this.
Stay tuned.
He's worthy.
everybody. Welcome back to the Praise Project. This is Tommy McGuffey. I'm here with my guest co-host, Coni Hookfin.
Hey, Dayton.
And our special guest, Reverend Dr. Daryl, y'all.
Hey. Can I keep going on neighborhood development?
Yes,
Sure.
you can.
Litter is another issue.
Oh my God! If I say
Litter is another, and that's something we are doing to ourselves.
Absolutely.
Litter is another issue, and I think that we need to take responsibility for our communities. Our church did a we are continuing to do. We have adopted this side of the block all the way around, all the way up to rugby and all the whole literal block. And we have gone out. Our men's group, we go out and we cut lawns. We go out. We clean brush. My son just had a woman say to him just a couple of weeks ago. It's less than that, and she said, "I just want to thank you all for clearing that brush because there was a lot of illegal activity going on before you all cleared that brush, but now I feel safer." That's that kind of thing. And what if every church, mosque, synagogue, nonprofit did that, adopted their blocks? But that's the kind of
cool
thing.
concept, adopt the block.
I love it. Yeah, they have that in Indianapolis, where I am. Where I'm from.
Dayton used to be. It had the reputation. It was it wasn't the safest, but it was the cleanest city in America. Isn't that something? Y'all too young to know.
Yeah,
because
I believe it. I believe it at one point in time. I believe it.
And our churches, they're supposed to be, I believe, the forerunners and the
Oh Lord, you better get this.
No, I'm just saying we're supposed to be the forerunners of change and development and going out into the community and making a difference. If your church closes up and is not missed, then you have missed the entire call of what God has commissioned for you to do.
Especially if you're only open on Sundays, but that's a different subject.
Yeah.
I know.
Omega's been here. I've been here since 1995, and I've always heard about Omega. And know several people who attend here. So they've been a beacon here in the community for years. So I think that Pastor Ward's reputation speaks for itself. So.
But it's about to speak in defense of pastors and churches. Many churches are struggling.
Oh yeah,
and they're struggling to stay open. They're struggling to make collections. They're struggling to keep people coming in the doors. They're struggling, but I believe that the way to fight that is to go out.
Absolutely.
Right.
The way to fight that is to be of service.
Yeah, sometimes we're worried about the building and not the people.
Amen.
When you're worried about the people, then when you invest in people, then they'll come.
Right.
You invest in the building, it'll be you.
You ought to be a pastor.
Oh no.
Pastor Coni's gonna.
No.
Well, y'all. Well, we are wrapping it up right now, y'all. So we just actually thank you all for tuning in today to the Praise Project with our special guest today, Reverend Dr. Daryl Ward. Please make sure that you all vote on May 8th. Rock the vote. Woo-hoo. Please go ahead and vote today. Matter of fact, you can always vote early if you want to. So please make sure that you vote for him. We are showing our support today, and you've heard it here on the Praise Project. I'm your host, Tommy McGuffey, and my special guest co-host, Coni Hookfin.
Hey, Dayton. Now, can you tell us what about those who are non-residents of Dayton, like Huber Heights or
non-residents? Please go and show your support. You tell people that you know in the city to vote.
Tell somebody to go vote, right?
Tell somebody to go
vote for you.
Right.
Yes.
You make them go and vote for him. All right?
Got it.
And we just appreciate you being on our show today, Reverend Dr.
Thank you so
Daryl.
much.
Thank you all so much. I want to say one word.
Go ahead.
The blight in our neighborhoods. We got to remove all of these boarded up houses. We got to figure out what to do. But that's for the next show.
Part two.
Well, you all heard it here, y'all. All right. I'm Tommy McGuffey, and I'm signing off.
All righty.